Hi, in this video, you are going to see how can we describe consonants and vowels. So the topic is the articulation and description of English consonants and vowels. Before moving on to details, I just want you to see the terminology of these articulators, which we are using for producing the sounds. Please be familiar with these terms. You can see along with page 28. The first one is lip. We have two lips, the upper lip and the lower lip. The adjective for a lip is labial. Labial. Next, teeth. Teeth. We have upper teeth and lower teeth. The adjective for the teeth is dental. Dental. Next is the tongue with four parts: tip of the tongue, front of the tongue, back of the tongue, and the root of the tongue. Next is alveolar ridge. Alveolar ridge, that is the part behind your upper teeth. Probably you can use your tongue tip to touch. The adjective for the alveolar ridge is alveolar. If you move inside just a bit, and you can feel your hard palate, and the adjective for the hard palate, that is palatal. Palatal. Well, we have the hard palate. Do you think we're gonna have the soft palate? Yes, we do. So the next part is soft palate or velum. And for the adjective for this part is called velar. And we also have what we call uvula. Uvula. And for the adjective is uvula. Uvula. There are some more terminologies that earlier mentioned, like nasal cavity, oral cavity, pharynx, larynx, and vocal folds. And the last terminology that I just want you to understand, that is the word glottis. The glottis is the space between the vocal folds, and the adjective for the glottis is glottal. Alright, so I will start with how can we describe English consonants first. And there are three topics to be used to describe consonants, which are number one, voicing, the second one, place of articulation, and the third one, manner of articulation. Let's see the first one, voicing. We are considering the vocal cords inside the larynx or the voice box. If the vocal cords are pulled apart, air can come up from the lung easily. There is less vibration at vocal cords. This is called voiceless sound. If the vocal cords are brought closely together, the air cannot pass freely. It causes vibration that you can feel when you touch your neck. This is called voiced sound. Let's try with these two sounds, s and z. S and z. Which one do you feel more vibration? S is the voiceless sound, while z is voiced sound. This is the first way to distinguish the consonant sound. Next is the place of articulation. This is where in your mouth that you use to produce the sound, and there are 7 places of articulation. The first place is bilabial. Bilabial is made by bringing both lips closer together, like p, b, m, and w. Next is labiodental. Labiodental sound is made by touching the lower lip to the upper front teeth. Try f and v. The third place is interdental. Interdental sound is produced by inserting the tip of the tongue between the front teeth, and then we can get the sound th and the. Then, if you move in just a bit, you can produce alveolar sound. Alveolar sound is pronounced with the tongue tip raised to the alveolar ridge, like the sound t, d, s, z, n, l, and r. Next is palatal sound. Palatal sound is made by raising the front part of the tongue to the hard palate, like sh, zh, ch, j, and y. The sixth place is vela. Vela sound is made by raising the back of the tongue to the soft palate or velum, and then you can get the sound k, g, and ng. And here is the last place of articulation. It is glottal. Glottal sound is produced at the larynx using the vocal folds as primary articulators, like the sound h. These are 7 places of articulation. We can use them in order to describe the consonant sounds. The last topic to be used to describe the consonant sounds is manner of articulation. This is how we produce the sound, or how much the articulators are closed. And there are 6 manners of articulations as follows. The first manner of articulation is stops. Stop sound is made when the airstream is completely blocked in the oral cavity for a short period and then suddenly released through the mouth. Let's try p sound. P. You can feel that you have to completely block the air before it's suddenly released. Stop sound are p, b, t, d, k, and g. The second manner is fricatives. Fricative is made by partially block the air in the vocal tract and then releasing it gradually, like the sound f, v, th, the, s, z, zh, zh, h. So you can hear the frizzy sounds because the air is partially blocked and gradually released. Next is affricates. Affricates is like the combination between stops and fricatives, as the airstream is completely blocked but gradually released, like the sound ch and j. Another manner is nasals. Nasals is produced by lowering the velum and opening the nasal passage, so the airstream can come out through the nose and the mouth, like the sound m, n, and ng. The fifth manner is liquids. For liquids, there is only some obstruction of the airstream in the mouth, and it's not enough to block the vocal tract, so the airstream can escape around the sides of the tongue. There are 2 types of liquids. The first one is called lateral liquid. The lateral liquid is produced with the tongue touching the alveolar ridge, so we can get the sound l. Another one is retroflex liquid. Retroflex liquid is made by curling the tip of the tongue back behind the alveolar ridge, so we can get the sound r. The last manner of articulation is glides. Glides is made with only a slight closure of articulators. Glides are transitional sounds halfway between consonants and vowels. Sometimes they are called semi-vowels. We have w and y as glides. And this is how we describe the consonant sounds by using voicing, place, and manner of articulations. So p is voiceless bilabial stopped sound, while b is voiced bilabial stopped sound. So we can say that p and b sound, they are different in terms of voicing. Next is how to describe the vowels. But the topic to be used to describe the vowel is different from consonants, as vowels are made with the vocal tract more opened, and the vocal fold vibration is the sound source for vowels. They are all usually voiced. 4 aspects for vowels are 1. Tongue height, 2. Tongue advancement, 3. Lip rounding, and 4. Tenseness. Let's start with the first aspect, tongue height. For tongue height, there are 3 levels, high, mid, and low. High vowels are made with the front of the mouth legs open because tongue is raised or high, like e, u. Mid vowels are pronounced with an intermediate tongue height. The tongue is raised to a position midway between the high and low vowels, like e, o, a. while low vowels are pronounced with the front of the mouth open and tongue lowered, like a, ah. Try again with e, o, ah. Do you feel difference? Next is tongue advancement. For tongue advancement, there are 3 positions: front, central, and back. For front vowels, your tongue is pushed forward, like e, a. For central vowels, you don't need to push your tongue forward or pull your tongue back, like While for back vowels, you need to pull your tongue back, like o, o, ah. Try again with e, o. Do you feel the difference? Next is lip rounding. For lip rounding, we have 2 ways for it. That is unrounded and rounded. This one is really simple because if it's unrounded vowels, they are produced with the lips unrounded. But if it is the rounded vowels, your lip will be rounded, like oo, o. Try again with and oo. They are totally different, right? The last aspect for vowel is tenseness, which can be distinguished into 2 ways: tense vowels and lax vowels. Tense vowels is when you put more effort when you are producing the sound with your tongue or your lips, like e, oo, o, ah. So they tend to be long vowels. But for lax vowels, you don't have to put much effort on pronunciation, like e, a. Try again with e and e. I'm sure that you can feel the difference. And this is how we describe the vowel sounds by using tongue height, tongue advancement, lip rounding, and tenseness. So e is high front unrounded tense sound, while e is high front unrounded lax vowel. They are different in terms of tenseness. Alright, this is the end of the articulation and description of English consonants and vowel sounds. See you again in the next video. Bye!